In this session, we're going to introduce some of the most important cloud-related networking systems. The Internet backbone is enabled by a set of highly available core routers that connect most of the world's multinational networks. Backbone routers also provide routing between the external WAN and the data center LAN, as well as security devices such as firewalls and VPN gateways. A network switch is a networking device that connects systems to the network. And in a home or office environment, a network switch will connect devices such as printers to laptops, desktops, and other portable electronic devices. Routers and switches are networking devices that enable systems within an internal network to connect with and communicate with each other. Fibre Channel is a technology used to transmit data at very high speeds. In cloud environments, speeds of 10 gigabits per second are commonplace. However, there are systems available that can transmit data at speeds of up to 128 gigabits per second. A network group is used to define a group of computers and peripherals that can share resources, and these resources include software, hardware, and files. As with the Internet, which is essentially a network of networks that are connected together, ISP networks are also connected to other ISP networks, and each ISP network is managed in a completely decentralized manner. In order for data to be transmitted across the Internet, it needs to be transmitted via the physical network that connects adjacent nodes. And this network can vary. So the data could be transferred, for example, via a Wi-Fi network, a mobile network, which is 3G, or a fixed network, which could be broadband or fiber-based. In order for data to be effectively routed or transmitted across the Internet, the Internet protocol operates at layer 3, which is the network layer of the OSI model. And this enables it to have access to unique addresses, as well as some advanced routing capabilities. A media access control address, or MAC address, is a unique identifier assigned to a network interface for communication on the physical network segment. Data packets have information such as IP and MAC addresses needed by network devices such as routers to process and forward packets to the right intermediate nodes until those packets arrive at their final destination. A routing table is a data table stored on a router and used by the router to determine the destination of data packets it is responsible for routing. A subnetwork is a separately identifiable part of an organization's network. It is typically used to create a separate network based on geographical location. Most large organizations that have a large number of IT resources and employees or a presence across multiple regions typically segment their network into a number of subnetworks. Ports are used in UDP and TCP networks to define specific endpoints of logical connections. They are also used to define how applications or end users can access applications running on target systems. Port address translation enables multiple clients with a private IP address within an internal network to use a single public IP address to access resources on the internet. It is a technique that's commonly used to preserve or to limit the number of public IP addresses needed by an organization to enable clients within that organization to access resources on the internet. IP addresses reserved for private use by the Internet Engineering Task Force are the set of IP addresses that are considered to be private IP addresses. A WAN or wide area network is a network that covers a large geographical area. WANs typically can include multiple local area networks or LANs, and it can also include a metropolitan area network, that's a MAN. A LAN or local area network is a network topology that typically spans a relatively small area, for example, an office building. A VLAN is the partitioning of a physical network to create multiple independent broadcast domains that are part of the same physical network. Virtual networks are implemented using virtual local area networks, that is VLANs, as well as virtual firewalls. A metropolitan area network is typically constructed by connecting multiple local area networks. And in many cities, this approach is used to create high-speed networks. Ethernet is the most established standard for connecting IT resources to local area networks.